there, and welcome to the Landscaping Update. I'm Pete.
And I'm Adam, and if you're in the business for landscaping, there's some news you gotta know.
What's that?
Well, it's allergy season, and you'll want to pull the ragweed out before it flowers in the fall to prevent those hay fever allergies.
Oh yes, there's always some sort of allergy going around, and hay fever can certainly be the nastiest.
They can definitely debilitate you, especially if you're in the mood for building
Yes, a retaining wall.
a retaining wall.
Which is commonly something that you're going to do this time of year, if not do that multiple times. So I just figured I would let our viewers know and not have to go to the contractors how exactly to do that. First, you're going to have to choose brick or stone. Which would you go with?
Well, I really like the stone look. It gives a chic European style.
Yes, but also you can always go with the formal elegance of the brick wall. However, one thing you must remember is that your footing must be 1 foot deep and 1 foot wide if you're going to build a normal wall of about 3 feet. Also, you should lay the rebar flat in the bed of footings about 2 inches above the soil, and make sure your piers are 2 feet deep. So, any other news or any other information you'd like to share with our viewers today?
Yes, actually. If you really want to add that extra touch to your garden, you should invest in some mulch.
Mulch?
Mulch. Well, if you get a natural all-wood mulch, such as cypress, pine, or cedar, it will help to add nutrients back to the soil to promote healthy plant growth. Also, worms like mulch, and worms can aerate the soil, which also promotes healthy plant growth.
Indeed. I would assume that would also reduce mowing time just from having less grass in your yard.
It absolutely does, Peter. Yes, and it also adds an attractive vista to your landscape area.
Well, in addition to mulch reducing mowing time, there are other ways to reduce mowing time, which is why in the long-lasting debate of perennials versus annuals, I tend to favor perennials. I mean, personally, an annual will offer a tempting short-term solution with their large colors, but every year you'll have to replace them, and you know, it's just not a long-term solution. Whereas perennials will still offer color to your yard, and if allowed room to grow, can also serve as ground cover.
Well, there's pros and cons to each one, Peter.
Naturally.
Yes, and you really have to go on your intuition and what goes with your siding and your, say, recently finished retaining wall.
Absolutely. Yeah, everybody's finishing a retaining wall this time of year, I'll tell you.
Yep. Well, there's another debate that we've been talking about recently.
Yes, indeed. Me and you personally disagree on it, but it's still a hot topic, so I feel we should address it today.
Go for it.
Well, for our viewers, it is, if you have, say, a large unlandscaped backyard or a relatively untouched one, would a shade garden or summery shrubs fit your environment better? What's your position, Adam, just to inform them?
Well, I absolutely think a shade garden would work best.
Naturally, I disagree with Adam favoring summery shrubs, but present your point.
Well, a shade garden can just be a nice place to relax in your backyard. It brings the attention away from, say, the garden and adds it to the new brick siding that you could have possibly put on your house.
Yeah, I can see your argument. I can give you that much, but really I feel if there's a mostly blank landscape in your backyard, just having one shade garden there is going to stick out too much and it won't fit the landscape as well. Generally, I like to go summery shrubs for a house that is yet to be touched, and possibly you could add a shade garden later to just complement the already existing shrubs.
Well, I think it really depends on what you want the focus on. If you want the focus on the house, go for the shade garden. If you want the focus on your summery plants garden, then go for that.
I guess so. I guess it's just a yard v house thing. But regardless, that was your landscaping update.
Have a great day.